What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Antonnette. If you are new here, today's video I thought I would put together a massive glow up routine slash tips and tricks. We're gonna talk beauty tips and tricks, products I'm loving, skincare. I know you guys loved my last video, which was all about fitness routine, and you guys seem to really love that. So we're basically gonna do the same thing in today's vlog. We're gonna talk glow up stuff. I also know that you guys love longer vlogs. I'm going to really try to make my vlogs longer going forward. So yeah, I've been watching other people's vlogs and I'm like, people leave a lot in that I would normally delete and take out, but I'm gonna try to actually properly film vlogs that are 20 minutes plus. It's actually a lot harder than you think it is, you guys. It's so much easier to do a 10-minute vlog. Also ignore my nails. We're gonna talk nails in this video as well, so my nails are not going to be done through the first half of this video. It is a Saturday. It's one of my favorite days of the week. It just has a different vibe to it. I feel like the weather is different on the weekend. Is that just me? There's nothing I love more on a Saturday than to get up, go to the flower market, maybe find a cute new coffee shop, hit a Pilates class. It's been raining all week here in LA. The weather has been in shambles, but I looked on the forecast. It's supposed to be getting nice finally, for the foreseeable future. So I saw it's supposed to be 80 degrees next weekend. So I'm super excited. I did film myself getting ready with some of my favorite tips and tricks. So I'm gonna pop that in here so you guys can see how I got ready this morning and things I'm loving. So I've been loving my makeup lately because of contouring. I never used to be a contour girl. I would just do all my foundation, maybe some lighter concealer up here and some bronzer, but I wouldn't take a darker color, chisel out the cheeks like I do now. I'm telling you, that alone has seriously stepped up my makeup game. So I'm not going to show you guys the tutorial on that. I've done it before, but massive shout out to my favorite concealer by Hourglass. But I love this makeup technique that I've done, basically just using a variation of concealers to contour. And I never used to do stuff like this. So I have Pilates today, so I need to get the show on the road. I'm gonna mix in a little bit of Urban Decay's Quickie Concealer, but I really like this one from Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. So it's supposed to be worn all over, which is great. It's probably why it has a super nice thick applicator, but I like to mix these in. I just don't have the right contour color, but I never even used to contour my nose. And now I'm always contouring my nose even, and I really feel like contouring has stepped up my makeup game. So if you want your makeup to be more glam, makeup, does that make sense, you guys? I hope you guys understand that. I feel like you feel me. Okay, then you basically go through and blend the concealer first. Then you go through with a different brush and blend out the contour. Obsessed. It just changes the whole shape of your face. It really doesn't take long to do, and it just has really stepped up my makeup game. So I had to share that little tip with you guys. I know I've showed you before, but for my newbies, easy glow up tips, Another thing I'm loving for my beauty routine that I feel like has really stepped up my makeup game, or just really makes me feel a lot prettier after I do this step, and it's my lip liner and lip gloss. The new lip gloss that I love, great for my girlies on a budget. This is CoverGirl's Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. This lip gloss has been my #1 go-to gloss I've reached for, and trust me, I have a lot of other options, and I love this one. It is jelly in the perfect way. It isn't sticky where my hair gets caught on it a ton. It just lasts a long time. It feels amazing, and I love the way it looks with this liner. This is KKW Beauty liner in 90s Glam. I always overline on the edges. The bottom lip always gets a little bit overlined. I try not to overline on the corners of my mouth, so you can't really tell I've overlined very much. So I kind of do the overline in the middle and then bring it into the corners, and then I kind of sort of attach it at the corner so you can't tell I've overlined it, but it creates a little bit of a shadow. Then I kind of shade in the corners. This is my favorite way to do my lips lately. I just feel like it really changes the makeup look altogether. It just gives me the poutiest lip. So then I just take my finger and smudge out the corners. Okay, then do the same to the top of. Then I go ahead in the middle and do my lip gloss. This is the color 350, You're Just Jelly. And then I just kind of do the middle. That's my makeup look, and I just feel like this, compared to how I used to do it, it just looks different. Let me show you in front of a window. but this is how the makeup looks. I just love it. It's just a little bit better than it used to be. That is my makeup update. I just remembered they're shooting a freaking commercial outside. I asked them this morning, they said they're shooting a Mercedes commercial, and there's like a million trucks, so it's gonna be super loud all day. Now I'm gonna talk perfume. Of course, I have some new Dossier perfumes that just came in the mail. I'm super excited. Forgot what I ordered. I have been getting so into perfumes lately. I never used to even care. I used to just wear like whatever samples I had, whatever, maybe sometimes nothing. And lately I've been loving it so much. Every time I step into an Uber or I go on a date, it's like the first thing people compliment you on is, oh my God, you smell so good. And I don't know, I just never cared. I just never thought about it really. Now that I'm seeing how much people compliment you on it, I'm like, okay, see what I got. First I got another Woody Sage. Forgot I got that. That's honestly the one I've been complimented on the most, the Woody Sage. I went on a date like a week ago, and as soon as the man hugged me, he was like, is that Le Labo Central? I was like, what do you know? What do you know about Le Labo Central? Who showed you that? Just kidding. You guys don't know what Dossier is though, for my girls that are on a budget, or if you just want to try out some new perfumes, Dossier has designer dupes fragrances on their website for about $40 each. They are so affordable. They smell amazing. Got this ambery vanilla. This is supposed to be the YSL Black Opium. This is a different type of fragrance for me. This is definitely supposed to be a little bit more sophisticated. That's nice. Ooh. Okay, this has notes of mandarin, pear, pink pepper, jasmine, orange blossom, cedarwood, vanilla, patchouli, and coffee. Definitely a little different. I think I'm gonna wear this one today. I like that a lot. That smells really good. This is for my grown and sexy girls, okay? This is definitely a lot more sophisticated than any of the fragrances you've heard me talk about. Last but not least, I picked up Fruity Brown Sugar. I thought this would be really nice. I want something that's like sweet. I want a good date night fragrance that just smells like a dessert, you know? So I was hoping this... That's amazing. Do I have a new favorite? Okay, it's not giving dessert. I'm not gonna lie. It's not giving dessert at all. It has notes of bergamot, raspberry, pear, jasmine, orange blossom, brown sugar, patchouli, amber, and vanilla. It's giving like, I don't even know. It is fruity, but it's warm. It's like warm and fruity. That's the only way I can describe it. Very, very fruity though. Leave all of those linked down below. Huge shout out to Dossier for sponsoring another video. Obsessed with this fragrance brand. So affordable. So definitely check out the link in the description box if you want to get your hands on some affordable fragrances. Now that we talked fragrances, I'm gonna get dressed for the day so we can head to the flower market. Another glow up tip I have for you guys is finding some hobbies. This past like year and a half, especially since I've been really on a single journey. I've been dating this year. Like I told myself I'm gonna start dating again, but all of 2023 I definitely went on plenty of dates, but I was really on my single girl journey. We can do a separate video about that if you want, but I was really on a single girl journey, and I was really determined to find like pure happiness and true like genuine contentment in my life without a partner. So part of that process was finding new hobbies. Part of what really helped me and just really brought a lot of joy to my life, true genuine joy to my life, is hobbies. Finding new hobbies, whether that be Pilates. Obviously, if you've been watching a long time, you know I got really into floral arranging, especially this time last year. So I get back into my florals during spring for obvious reasons. It just is a good time too. It just like puts me in the mood. I also got into candle making the last few years. What else? I did some pottery classes, all types of fun stuff. I started yoga, all types of like fun, just girly hobbies, that stuff I would want to do as like a kid, you know, that I couldn't do necessarily or didn't have the money to growing up or whatever. Anything that you want to do and try, I just highly recommend investing in some sort of hobby. It is expensive, but it brings a lot of joy to my life and purpose to my life, and that's really what it's about. It's about finding things that put you in flow, you enjoy life. Honestly, life really is just about enjoying the passage of time. So finding more hobbies and things that help you enjoy the passage of time. One of my favorite hobbies, if you are in the LA area, downtown has a flower district. Not even just flowers, dishware, vases, ribbon, planters, all types of good, like fun party city kind of vibe stores. If you like that kind of stuff, you just like to go like mosey around a store and find cute little trays and knickknacks, stuff like that, check out the flower district. So stores are huge and they just keep going and going, and you keep going to like different rooms and seeing just all this stuff, and I just find it so fun. The grandma in me is like, yes, this is my vibe. I love this. Is like the perfect Saturday activity to go and just like mosey around the flower district. So let's go ahead and come with me. First we're gonna get dressed though. Should I put on my favorite earrings? Favorite earrings at the moment are these Ana Luisa earrings that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. I cannot stop wearing them. I love them so much. These massive, like, are they supposed to be like Balenciaga dupes? Is it Balenciaga? I can't remember what brand has these massive earrings like this, but they're so cute. So I'll leave these linked down below. They're a great dupe for the designer ones. Okay, this is what I'm wearing today. Super easy. I'm just wearing this bodysuit from Naked Wardrobe, and then I bought these jeans like a size or two too big because the baggy jean vibe is like in. I think I'm going to get them tailored just a little bit at the sides and kind of like right here maybe, just so they're a little bit more flattering in the back. I'm not gonna lie, I love the baggy jean like trend. It's just so comfortable. Jeans are so uncomfortable, that's why you never see me wear them. I'm obsessed with these. I love an Air Force. I always have, and they're just like clean and crispy and easy. I'm gonna pair it with my leather jacket you see me wear constantly. If you guys need like a new staple piece in your wardrobe, you can pair with any outfit. I will leave this jacket linked below. The reason why it's so amazing is because it doesn't have silver or gold for that matter. Hardware on it is matte black, which I love. You obviously have seen this a million times. Favorite fashion find that I've bought probably in the last few months. Vlogging in public. So my life's mission this year is to get used to vlogging outside. These are the flowers I picked. I found a new flower that I love. It's called Myra. It's so pretty, like gorge, huge. I wanted to get more, but later, I'm actually about to throw my suit on and go to the hot tub upstairs because that's what I do like 3 or 4 days a week now. Every time I do Pilates or I'm sore, I have like a lot of shoulder pain all the time. I have like a slight injury, but I definitely go to the hot tub every single night, probably like 3 or 4 days a week. After my Pilates workout, I went to Pilates earlier this morning and I've been doing that like 3 days a week now. I used to work out like 5 to 6 days a week, and now I work out like 3 to 4 days a week, and honestly, it has been so helpful. It's been really helpful for my skin, especially because I don't sweat as much. I'm not breaking out as much. Like, I don't even have makeup on right now, but it looks like it's getting pretty clear. So it's better for my skin, it's better for my joints and my muscles, and just like my overall, the way my body feels every day. Like, I always woke up feeling so achy and sore, cracking my neck and back all the time, just like a lot. And yeah, I just decided I wanted to take a step back from working out as much and put a lot more effort into my diet and eating, and just that's kind of my workout update. I'm only working out 3 to 4 days a week. I'm going up to the hot tub because I want to soak the bod, but before I do that, I had to do some skincare thingies because I know my hair is about to get messed up in that hot tub. Before I go upstairs to the hot tub, I wanted to just chat with you guys about some of my like skincare favorites. This device, this laser hair removal device, is what I'm about to use because I just shaved this morning. So every time I shave, I use this device to zap the hairs, obviously, and I only shave like once every couple of weeks now, if even that. Like my underarms, I might shave once every month, once every other month, and I genuinely am obsessed with this. This video was inspired by this device single-handedly. I don't know why, I just thought to myself, like, I need to put together a video that just has all of my like beauty tips and tricks favorites. This is definitely something I would use like in the spring for a refresh. Obviously, summer's around the corner, bathing suits, all of that. Obsessed with it. I don't think it's that pricey. I will leave a link down below. This was a sponsor maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, and ever since I got it in, I'm obsessed. It has multiple modes, so you can do different areas of your body, and it has the different strengths. There's also a cool touch button, which I love the most. So it actually freezes the surrounding skin, so you can't feel any pain when you are doing your laser hair removal. I could not recommend this enough. Super random, but I thought I'm gonna use it really quickly because I shaved this morning and I'm about to go to the pool, so I had to give it a shout out. I literally can't feel a single thing. I normally wouldn't do it like this, but I'm just being really lazy and I don't feel like putting on the sunglasses. This is how it's done. There, I just did my armpit. And I don't have to shave for like at least another month. I burnt my freaking finger this morning trying to hot glue gun my chair. Look at that. I freaking burned my finger. Ow! It feels like it looks awful. What do I do, guys? What should I do for this? I know somebody has the answer. Anything? Just put a band-aid on it, right? And let it just heal. I'm not worried about any scars. Burnt my finger trying to hot glue gun. The wooden chair was broken, and I put the hot glue in the chair and I squeezed the chair, you know, to like seal it, and the freaking glue oozed out onto my finger. You know, hot glue is like the worst thing that you could get on your skin because you can't just like wipe it off or flick it off. It like has to cool before it comes off. That was really painful. It hurts as much as it looks. So if anybody has any tips, I put Neosporin on it. Guys, like some of my favorite self-help books. My favorite ways, I literally wanted to tell you guys this just to give you this single tip because people are always asking like, what book, da da da. You guys, did you know that you can listen to audiobooks for free on YouTube? I'm sure you guys did know that, but if you didn't and you are on a budget or you're just like not the kind of person who likes to buy a lot of books, if you don't like to spend your money on books, which is totally understandable if you're not like a real book person. Hi, how's it going? You haven't seen a vlog in a long time. How's it going? What's your favorite book? Do you have any favorite books? You don't read, huh? Do you read? Zoe hasn't been doing much reading these days. You're so cute. For a little thumbnail, you know? A little thumbnail action. So cute. What a sweetie. So you guys told me that you didn't realize that she hugged. She gives hugs, like full-on hugs. It's so cute. Let's see if she'll give me a hug. Zoe, come here. Come on, I want a hug. I want huggy. I want a hug. Come on. Bee hug, come on. Oh, my baby. So cute. You make mommy happy all the time, you know that? Oh, I love you so much. Can I have a hug? Can I have a big hug? Thank you. Thank you, my baby. I love you, big hugs. They're really not hugs. They're just ways. She just knows if she does this, she'll get pet more, but who cares? It looks like a hug. It feels like a hug. Yes, embrace your mommy. I love you so much. Oh, thank you. Ew. That one got on my mouth. Gross. Stop. I don't like any licking. No licking. I love you. I love her so much. Okay, you're funny. You're so cute. Okay. Okay guys, sorry if it's messy in the back. Okay, my freaking Band-Aid is breaking. I have a blister on my finger. Okay, fave books, let's talk about it. That was low-key really my tip though. Like, just YouTube your books and listen to them at night. That's what I do. As I'm going to bed, I just like find a book, usually self-help. I get like a physical book for stories, but even stories, but like I understand like why like this type of book you would want like the actual book, which I've honestly gotten only like one chapter in, so I don't think that I genuinely gravitate towards reading that type of a book. Really, the books that I've really read through and through, and I don't even see my other one that I love, are my dark psychology books. I love them. In A Wool in Sheep's Clothing, very good. This is only for my girls that are coming out of a toxic relationship. He's scared, she's scared is understanding the hidden fears of sabotaging a relationship. Like I said, YouTube, or buy it. I'll leave a link for all the books, but you can also just listen to them if you're into that. What else do I love? I have You Are a Badass. Didn't really stand out to me if I'm being honest. This one is a cute little book of like really pretty stories. Actually, there's one of the stories in this book that actually inspired the breakup from my last relationship. So that's interesting. It didn't really inspire it, but it kind of low-key did. Like, it was just a story that I read in here that I was like, yeah, okay, I need to make this decision. And it's a really good story. I can't remember what page it's even on, honestly, but it was a story about, this is basically like a collection of a bunch of people's stories that they've written. But one of the stories was about this woman who had like, I don't even know how the story began. I genuinely, this was like 3 or 4 years ago when I read it. She basically was just talking about how like when as a woman, when you're like in a relationship and you are with someone who's incredible and lovely, but there's like that inner calling inside of you and you know like this isn't the right relationship or this isn't the right person or whatever, and like you just have to do it, you have to leave. Like it just was one of those stories and I was just like, okay, I am. Enter with caution, I guess. Oh my god, was that the story? Hold on a minute. If I just open the book to the story, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. I just opened this book. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys really saw that, but I literally opened to the exact story. Oh my gosh, should I read it to you guys? Hold on, how many pages is it? It's 1 page, I'll read it to you. Disclaimer, this is not really what made me decide to end my last relationship, but this is definitely like, I remember specifically reading this and you know, just little things trickle throughout. This is one little trickle. Okay, so let me read it to you. So this book, it's called Tiny Beautiful Things, and it's basically people that write into this writer, I guess the writer Cheryl Strayed, and basically she responds. So that's what they are, just short stories, questions, and then her response. So listen to the story that this is what inspired me to leave my last relationship, and if you've been following it for a long time, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. I do want to preface this by saying not literally this story is what made me end my last relationship, but felt a shift after reading this story. Okay. Dear Sugar, I am a woman in my late 20s who have dated the same guy for almost 3 years and lived with him for almost a year. All of my friends seem to be getting married and I feel as though I should be considering marriage too. However, the thought of marrying my boyfriend makes me feel panicky and claustrophobic. He has mentioned once the possibility of us tying the knot and I think he sensed I was not comfortable discussing it, though he didn't mention it again. I've not had many boyfriends, one steady relationship in high school, a few very short-lived relationships post-college, and now this one. My boyfriend is the sweetest person you will ever find and we have some things in common, but I find myself fantasizing about dating other people. I find my respect for my boyfriend waning. This is a temporary feeling, or if this relationship is not meant to continue for the long term. I'm bored with him and I'm afraid I will get more bored as time goes on. I'm also afraid that there is really no one better out there for me, that I should be grateful for what I have, and that anyone I would be seriously interested in would be unlikely to be interested in me in the same way. Seems to be the case judging from experience. I hate feeling like I'm doing my boyfriend a disservice by not loving him as much as he loves me. What do I do, Sugar? Okay, here's her response. Dear women. Okay, ready for it? Dear women, I choose, I guess she answered like 2 people at the same time. I chose to answer your letters together because they should we read the other letter? Now we have to read the other letter. Let's read the other letter. Okay, this one's called The Truth That Lives There. Dear Sugar, I'm a 26-year-old woman who has been married for 9 months. My husband is 40. His wedding proposal was terribly romantic, like something out of a movie starring Audrey Hepburn. He is kind and funny. I do love him, and yet he's only the second person I've been in a serious relationship with. Throughout the wedding planning process, I had second thoughts about settling down so young, but I didn't want to hurt or embarrass him by calling off the wedding. There's so many experiences I fear I'll miss out on by staying married to someone older. I want to apply for Peace Corps, live all over the country, teach English in Japan, and yes, date other people. These are all things I was giving up when I said I do. This was me like 8 years ago. There's no shade to my ex because he's an amazing guy and he's doing really well. He moved on, so don't feel bad for him. We both literally left and never looked back and never even spoke to each other again. Yeah, don't feel bad. Anyways, these are things I was giving up when I said I do, but it only hit me now. I feel stuck. I want to leave, but I'm also terrified of hurting my husband, who has been so good to me and who I consider my best friend. Sugar, I've always played it safe. I picked the safe major, accepted the safe job, went ahead with the wedding. I'm terrified that leaving my husband will mean I finally have no excuse for why I'm not living the bold, experience, rich life I've always dreamed of. Okay, are we ready for the Sugar's response? Here's what she says. Dear women, I chose to answer your letters together, placed alongside each other. I think they tell a story complete enough that they answer themselves. Reading them, oh shit. Oh, she ain't lying either. She didn't lie. Basically what she's saying is, like, if the first story I read, if she goes along with the marriage, she's going to end up like the woman in the second story I married, kind of unfulfilled. Reading them, it occurred to me that allowing you to read what others in a similar situation are struggling with would be a sort of cure for what ails you. Though, of course, I have something to say about them too. I struggled with these very questions mightily in my own life when I was married to a good man whom I both loved and wanted to leave. There was nothing wrong with my ex-husband. He wasn't perfect, but he was pretty close. I met him a month after I turned 19, and I married him on a rash romantic impulse a month before I turned 20. Dang, 20? That's pretty young. He was passionate and smart and sensitive and handsome and absolutely crazy about me. I was crazy about him too, though not absolutely. He was my best friend, my sweet lover, my guitar strumming, politically rabble-rousing, road-tripping sidekick, the co-proprietor, our vast and eclectic music and literature collection, and daddy to our 2 darling cats. But there was in me an awful feeling. There was in me an awful thing from almost the very beginning, a small, clear voice that would know, no matter what I did, stop saying go. Go even though you love him. Go even though he's kind and faithful and dear to you. Go even though he's your best friend and you're his. Go even though you can't imagine your life without him. Go even though he adores you and your leaving will devastate him. Go even though your friends will be disappointed or surprised or pissed off or all three. Go even though you once said you would stay. Go even though you're afraid of being alone. Go even though you're sure no one will ever love you as well as he does. Go even though there's nowhere to go. Go even though you don't know exactly why you can't stay. Go because you want to. Because wanting to leave is enough. Get a pen, write that last sentence on your palm. All 3 of you, interesting, like the you that wants to stay, go, and not sure. And read it over and over again until your tears have washed it away. Doing what one wants to do because one wants to do it is hard for a lot of people. But I think it's particularly hard for women. We are, after all, the gender onto which a giant here to serve button has been eternally pinned. That is the truth if I ever heard it. We're expected to nurture and give by the very virtue of our femaleness, to consider other people's feelings and needs before our own. I'm not opposed to those traits. The people I most admire are in fact nurturing and generous and considerate. Certainly an ethical and evolved life entails a whole lot of doing things one doesn't particularly want to do and not doing things one very much does, regardless of gender. But an ethical and evolved life also entails telling the truth about oneself and living out that truth. Leaving a relationship because you want to doesn't exempt you from your obligation to be a decent human being. You can leave and still be a compassionate friend to your partner. Leaving because you want to doesn't mean you can pack your bags the moment there's strife or struggle or uncertainty. It means that if you yearn to be free of a particular relationship and you feel that yearning lodged within you more firmly than any other competing and contrary yearnings are lodged, your desire to leave is not only valid, but probably the right thing to do, even if someone you love is hurt by that. It took me ages to understand this. I still can't entirely explain why I needed to leave my ex. I was tortured by this question for years because I felt like such of an ass for breaking his heart, and I was so shattered that I'd broken my own. I could have broke this myself. It could be my book. It could be my story. I could be the author of this book. I was too young to commit myself to one person. We weren't as compatible as we initially seemed. I was driven by my writing and he begrudged by my success in equal measure to his celebration of it. I wasn't ready for long-term monogamy. He grew up upper middle class and I grew up poor, and I couldn't keep myself from resenting him for that. My mother died and my stepfather stopped being a father to me, and I was an orphan by the age of 22 and reeling in grief. All of these reasons are true enough in their specificity, but they all boil down to the same thing. I had to leave because I wanted to, just like all of you do, even if you aren't ready to do it yet. I know by your letters that you each have your own list, but all of the words on all of those lists boil down to one that says go. I imagine you'll understand that at some point, that when it comes down to it, you must trust your truest truth, even though there are other truths running alongside it, such as your love for your partners you want to leave. I'm not talking about just up and walking out on your partners the moment the thought occurs to you. I'm talking about making a considered choice about your life. I desperately wanted to not want to leave my ex-husband. I agonized in precisely the ways you were agonizing, and I shared a fair piece of that struggle with my ex. I tried to be good, I tried to be bad. I was sad and scared and sick of self-sacrificing and ultimately self-destructive. I just realized, am I gonna get flagged for copyright? This is a good story, huh? Should I keep going? I don't know if you guys want me to. Ooh, this just got juicy. I didn't read it this far in. I only read those 2 pages, and I only remembered the go speech. But it was enough. It was enough for me to remember it. What else did she say? I finally cheated on my former husband because I didn't have the guts to tell him I wanted out. I loved him too much to make a clean break, so I botched the job and made it dirty instead. Damn, girl. A year or so I spent splitting up with him after I confessed my sexual dalliances was wall-to-wall pain. Oof. It wasn't me against him. It was the two of us wrestling together neck deep in the muckiest mud pit. Divorcing him was the most excruciating decision I've ever made, but it was the wisest one too, and I wasn't the only one whose life is better for it. He deserves the love of a woman who didn't have the world go whispering like a deranged ghost in her ear. To leave him was a kindness of a sort, though it didn't seem that way at the time. Oh, this is really crazy. This is like really sad, you guys. It wasn't until I had been married to Mr. Sugar a few years that I truly understood my first marriage. In loving him, I've come to see more clearly how and why I loved my first husband. My 2 marriages aren't so different from each other, though there's some sort of magic sparkle glue in the second that was missing in the first. Mr. Sugar and my ex have never met, but I'm certain if they did, they'd get along swimmingly. They're both good men with kind hearts and gentle souls. They both share my passions for books, the outdoors, and lefty politics. They're both working artists in different fields. I argue with Mr. Sugar about the same amount as I did with my former husband, at a comparable velocity, about similar things. In both marriages, there have been struggles and sorrows that few know about and fewer still were and are capable of seeing or understanding. Mr. Sugar and I have been neck deep together in the muckiest mud pit too. The only difference is, this is the last paragraph, I promise, that every time I've been down there with him, I wasn't fighting for my freedom, and neither was he. In our nearly 16 years together, I've never once thought the word go. I've only wrestled harder so I'd emerge dirty, but stronger with him. I didn't want to stay with my ex-husband, not at my core, even though whole swaths of me did. And if there's one thing I believe more than I believe anything else, it's that you can't fake the core. Damn, girl! The truth that lives there will eventually win out. It's God we must obey, a force that brings us all inevitably to our knees, and because of it, I can only ask 3 of you the same question. Will you do it later, or will you do it now? Yours, Sugar. This is wild for me. This is like cosmic in a way, because what are the odds I would pick this book up and enter and open to the exact page of the story that I read over 3 years ago? I have not picked this book up since. Okay, this book is over 3 years old. I have not read it. Here's Sugar, if you want to see what she looks like. Put a face to a name. Shout out to her. I'll leave this book down below. It's kind of fun reading to you guys. Did you guys like that? I kind of enjoyed it. If you like that, I could read more stories. We can do this again. That story was very, very similar to my own. If you guys are just tuning in, I never really talked about my last relationship, like the breakup or whatever, and that's because like I really didn't have a whole lot to say about it. But that story was very similar, not the cheating part, but like that kind of inner voice inside of you that's saying like actually being held back by this relationship. I felt the itch to leave for years before I actually did, and I fought it for years, but it's just crazy. And I love what she had to say at the end, just seeing it all full circle. I'm like in the mid stage where like I haven't met my next partner yet. At least I don't think I have. I don't know. But it's way, 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 way too early to tell. But I did meet someone who reminds me of my last partner a lot. And I do think to myself, I'm like, what is the sense of getting in a relationship with a person who's just like that last one? What sense does that make? But honestly, like, all of the men I've dated have been phenomenal. Like, they all have the same exact personalities. And I think I just attract a certain type of man, which luckily for me is a phenomenal person. So who knows? It's way too early to tell in dating life. I do not have a boyfriend by any means of the imagination, but I did think it was cute that she said that she met someone who reminded her of her ex, and a lot of my exes, like, a lot of them would get along. Like, a lot of them are very similar. So yeah, anyways, I'm still in the journey, but I can say it's so true what she said about, like, you cannot deny the core. It screams, it literally, it ate me alive. Like, it took me years, but I was like this inner, like, something that was like crawling without me. I was itching, like, my skin, I literally had eczema all over my entire body. And I'm not trying to be funny, like, all over my hand, legs, back, on parts of my face, cheeks, everywhere. I'm gonna be really 100% real. Ever since I left that relationship, I have not had one eczema patch on my entire body, and I haven't had one patch, like, on my face, body, neck, legs, nothing. I mean, obviously eczema is like a stress thing, like, at least that's what they say. It's like an autoimmune disorder, and stress can, like, really bring that out. It's really so crazy. That was super interesting and really cool. So that's one of my favorite books. I could show you guys so many books, truly. Self-help. We'll do more though. We'll do that more. Let me know what you thought about that. Did you guys like the little reading portion? I just felt like I had to do that because what are the odds you open the book right to the page? So I felt like whoever needed that, comment below if you needed that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was super random. It was a super random, springy, vibey vlog, but if you liked it, it's definitely the first of a few. I want to do a whole declutter. I'm literally going to clean the whole loft tomorrow. I'm gonna take everything out of my closet, redo the whole closet, just a big organization day tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You'll see like a massive spring refresh, spring loft refresh. We'll do that in our next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's vlog. Let me know what you think. Do you want me to read more to you guys? Are you into it? Let me know. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.